Welcome, everybody. I am Randy C. Grace with the Junior Master Gardener Program. And in honor of National School Lunch Hero Day, we wanted to connect you to one of our favorite school lunch heroes. This is Brittany Jones with Houston ISD Nutrition Services. Brittany, it is great to have a special day designated to honor the amazing work that our district's nutrition services provides a foundation for growing good kids and sustaining them in your city and just across the country.
Definitely. It's a wonderful day to celebrate. We actually celebrate all week here. We lead up to a big celebration on Friday. So that's
It's
awesome.
School Lunch Hero Week, huh? That's great.
Yes.
So just to give some background, the Junior Master Gardener Program Office, Brittany has been blessed to work with you over the last few years. The first time was a collaboration that our office had with our agency, the Texas AgriLife Extension Service, and with Houston Independent School District towards the Learn, Grow, Eat, Go curriculum and the Garden Champions project we worked on a couple of years ago together. And so, by the way, I'll pull some shots of that training event and of Brittany there. And there's a shot here, Brittany, of you and I wearing what people kind of sometimes associate with lunch heroes, the hairnets.
Our hairnets, our trusty hairnets.
We weren't serving any food. I just felt like I had to be a part of your team. So that was the best way.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But more recently, we had you here this past year during that COVID year, and you were helping us with a special project to reach kids that were learning at a distance. And you're recording some of your favorite recipes from the Learn, Grow, Eat, Go curriculum as a part of our virtual Learn, Grow, Eat, Go project for students. So we just enjoy the heck working with you and your team, Brittany. Y'all are awesome. The work that you guys.
Likewise.
Okay, so first, Brittany, let's set the stage so people kind of know who you are. Tell us a little bit more about Houston ISD. It's one of the largest districts in the nation. Tell us about kind of the impact that HISD Nutrition Services makes each day. You know, how many kids you serve, maybe how many campuses, your total number of meals, that kind of thing.
Okay. Well, we are the 7th largest district in the nation, so we have a lot of kids to feed. We have upwards of 300 schools in our district. So we have our schools that are our main district schools, and then for nutrition services, we also have a couple of charter schools and other smaller school districts that we work with as well and provide them with meals. So usually we serve probably around 250,000 meals per day. It's a little bit different this year now that we're in the pandemic and getting through that. So it looks a little bit different this year, but you know, our lunch heroes are out there serving every day. We serve anywhere from breakfast, lunch, snack, and supper, depending on what campus you're at and what's being offered there. So yeah, we're hitting the road.
Like we were saying, it's not just National School Lunch Hero Day, it's National School Breakfast, Lunch, sometimes dinner and snack heroes too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
250,000 meals. That is unbelievable. Tell us kind of how it happens on a typical school day, on how meals are prepped and distributed and delivered to those kids at the campus level.
Okay, yeah, definitely. So, you know, our ladies get up bright and early in the morning, you know, no sunlight, it is walking in there. Ladies and our gentlemen, excuse me. And we'll start off with serving breakfast. Usually our breakfast is in the classroom. So we're able to build those meals to the students and they're able to partake of those in their classroom with their teacher. And then during lunchtime, normally, you know, we would be in the cafeteria. So they're able to come to the cafeteria, you know, hang out with their favorite, you know, student that might not necessarily be in their classroom, come through the line, get their meal. And then depending on the school's program and what they are offering for the students, then we'll have snack. So snack is usually served like right after the bell rings or so for those students that are doing, you know, athletic programs or after school activities, clubs and things of that nature. And then probably about 2 hours later, around like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in that time frame, then we'll serve dinner if they offer that program as well.
Okay, let me ask you.
Some of our ladies are there from sun up to sundown.
Let me ask your insight. This is true or not? Is breakfast the most important meal of the day?
Ooh. I would say yes, but it depends on when you eat breakfast. Because some people wake up super hungry in the morning, and then some people, you know, wake up and they're not hungry at all. So
hey, whenever they're hungry,
whatever you eat first, I think that's
well, yes, and whenever you're hungry, because if you are hungry, you know, we as educators, as teachers know that, and kids, it's hard to be a very effective learner or teacher for that matter if you're hungry. So your team makes this happen every day, and the School Lunch Heroes, that's a lot of people you get to work with. So how many years have you been a part of Houston ISD Nutrition Services?
So I came to Houston ISD in February of 2014.
Okay.
So I just celebrated my 7th year.
Okay. Okay. And so in that time, were the positions you're in now, is that the position you started in, or have you kind of different things during the 7 years that you've been with Houston ISD?
So it's been a slow process for me to get into this position now. I would like to say that I kind of created it myself.
Okay.
So I started off as a chef trainer, and I've been a chef trainer for the first 6 years while I was with HISD. And we had a nutrition education dietitian who would go out and do classes, but she never really got to involve that much food with the classes. So when I came on board, she had asked me if I could do a couple of, chef demos with her and accompany her to her classes. And I was like,
Okay.
sure, let's get this going. And after a couple of classes, we were known as the dynamic duo, and everybody was asking us to come and do classes with them. And that kind of became my part-time job to be, a culinary educator with her. And, our office finally saw the need for me to kind of make that my main role. So here I am this year, and
Okay.
I've just transitioned into this role fully.
That's amazing. Okay, I haven't heard that full story. That's great. So you are a chef. So here's my first question is, what made you decide that you wanted to be a chef?
It's funny, when I actually look back at it, I have loved food my entire life. I just didn't realize it because when I was younger, I don't know what was going on, but we never had anything that matched. We would have peanut butter, no jelly. We would have mac, no cheese. It was just
Okay.
a mess. So I would get creative with some of the meals that we would make when I was younger with my family, and it just kind of blossomed from there.
That is cool. But no combos of peanut butter and mac and cheese, peanut butter and mac.
Hey, you never know. It could be a tasty salad. Peanut butter salad.
Okay, so let me ask you this. We have a lot of budding gardeners and chefs that are in the schools that we get to work with across the state and across the country. So
yes.
if they wanted to master your skill, your culinary arts, if they wanted to be a chef, what would be, tell us about your background. What was your education that led you to this place to be able to be in this role for Houston ISD?
So it was funny. I know I've always wanted to be in the hospitality industry, but when I first went to college, I went to Howard University in Washington, D.C.,
Okay.
and they had a program that was hospitality management. And I thought I wanted to be an event planner at first. I love to have fun and have events and things of that nature. I just do it a little bit differently now. But once I got there, they did more of a hotel side of it, and they didn't have the restaurant side. So after I graduated, I went to Johnson & Wales to get a culinary degree so I could get that restaurant side of it. And I just fell in love with food all over again while I was there. But the real kicker is that I did some internships while I was in college, and I did one at Walt Disney World. And it was fun because I got to work with kids every day. I was basically Mickey's bodyguard. I was a character attendant, so I had to watch over Mickey and protect Mickey while he was out there, and help the kids see Mickey. And it was just a fun time. So I just kind of figured out how I compare having fun with kids on a regular basis, teaching them, and then also involving food. So I wound up in the school district, and that's how I got here.
So does Mickey eat his vegetables? Does he like vegetables?
Oh, Mickey definitely eats his vegetables. Yes.
Well, that's cool. So you get to be a part in your team, your large team gets to be a part of giving kids what their bodies need and helps them to show up to be engaged and active and better learners. So, a big part of your role, and you mentioned this before, is education. And we know that you have a young one yourself. So
yes,
your advice to parents who are trying to grow, a little bit more adventurous eaters in their households, trying to get their kids to eat some of these things that are good for them, these fruits and veggies. What's your advice for them?
Well, it's funny because my toddler is starting to be picky now. He's not going to eat just anything that we give him. So I think it's about trying things again over and over again, and then modifying it. So if they don't like it cooked, maybe try it raw. If they don't like it raw, maybe cut it up, maybe puree it. One thing I did notice with my son, he's 2.5. He loves kale, the taste of kale. But if it's like blended up in a smoothie, he'll drink it. But if I just give him kale, like raw kale or cooked kale, it seems to be a little bit harder for him to chew. He has to chew it a lot. Kale, you have to kind of chew it to kind of get it down. So he doesn't like it when I give it to him like that, but I will definitely put it in a smoothie. So parents, smoothies are the best. You can sneak those
Well,
vegetables in there all
and
the
you mentioned
time.
this, too, the idea of doing it more than once. So
Oh, definitely.
don't be discouraged. I've got 3 myself. If they don't want to eat it the first time, sometimes, and the data shows, you have to have repeated exposures before they're willing to take it. And like Brittany says,
Sure.
being able to serve it different ways, fresh or prepared in different recipes. Some kids will love it one way and maybe not, another way. But here's another piece of advice that I'll add to yours, Brittany, is one of the best ways that we as parents can get our kids to be adventurous eaters and try them is they just repeatedly see us modeling that.
I was just about to say that.
And
You got
describing
to
those.
model those good behaviors.
You've got to model it, and they see it, they'll imitate you. So sometimes more
for sure.
them to eat those veggies. If they see you do it, they'll eventually try it too. So repeated exposures and always making it accessible too, right? Brittany, we had one of the ladies who worked with at one of the schools, and she talked about trying to get her kids to eat certain fruits and veggies. And one thing was whether it was carrot sticks or grapes or little pieces of broccoli, that little fresh broccoli spares. She would have those in a bowl in her house in her refrigerator. So the kids opened those were sitting right there, and they would reach in and grab them because they were so accessible. So that's just one more little thing to add to that advice that we can kind of share with some of the parents and the teachers and the lunch heroes that we've worked with along the way. So, Brittany, thanks for being a part of this with us today.
Thank you.
We'll tell anybody who's on with us that if you want to see Chef Brittany at work, you can check out some of these she's really super engaging. The online Learn, Grow, Eat, Go for youth. We have a new course that's just out. You can see her doing the recipe demos that's a part of that course. And we also have one of those on our JMG Junior Master Gardener YouTube channel. And we'll list that URL here on the screen as well. And what was great about these is these aren't the typical recipe videos, Brittany, that you did, that people think about recipe videos. These are ones that were created specifically for elementary age kids. And so what I love it is we're talking directly to the camera, and those kids are the learners in your Learn, Grow, Eat, and Go kitchen. And they're not super sharp little 2 or 3 minute video clips. They go a little bit longer because you're talking about and demonstrating knife safety. You're showing how to cut with skills with your bear claw.
Definitely.
Cooking trips. It's all about educating and empowering the kids that are in the kitchen with you, aren't they?
And one thing I like about having the videos is that they can repeat the videos. You don't just have to watch it once. You can go back over if there's something.
Or pause to catch up, right?
Yep.
Keep on going.
Pause to catch up. Definitely.
Brittany, a big thank you to you and your team. You guys, Nutrition Services, you guys are school lunch heroes that make a difference in the lives of kids every day. Our Junior Master Gardener program mission is about growing good kids. And you and your team and the school lunch heroes around the country are absolutely essential to that shared mission of growing good kids. So we at the Junior Master Gardener Program Office, we applaud you guys and thank you for what
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you.